Guys, this is extremely exciting. Whether you can see this or not, I've got a mic in front of me, and you know what that means? That means this whole thing that I've been talking about, starting, I don't even know, a podcast of videos. Well, it's happening because I'm doing it right now. So let's do a little round of applause for that. Look, I I don't even know what I'm gonna call this. I don't even know what I'm doing with this, but I thought it'd be fun to record my little yaps and my little thought sessions, because I do think a lot. But yeah, so this is the first episode. I don't know what it's called, but I'll figure that out in a second. One thing at a time. I've just literally learned how to use the mic. So anyway, today's episode is gonna be short and sweet, and it's gonna be kind of about something I realized recently, like a couple days ago. I also have no makeup on, so that's how you know this is gonna be raw and real. I'm filming off my MacBook, which adds to the effect, really, because I want this to feel like a FaceTime. Anyway, there's a lot of technicalities that have to be figured out, but something that I have realized recently is that I have this insane fear of growing up. When I say that, I don't literally mean progressing in life, but more of the fact that I can't let go of past versions of myself, and I find it so hard to actually break habits. I am such a person that loves comfort, loves habits, loves patterns, loves a routine, and I've come to realize that in order for myself to grow, I've got to let go of certain habits and certain behaviors, certain people, whatever that may be, that are connected to my past self. And that revelation or that epiphany or that thought has made me really terrified, because I'm in a stage in my life where I either make the right decisions or make silly decisions and kind of have to suffer the actual consequences of that. And the consequences now are huge. Like, they're not just, oh, I'm going to be a bit hungover tomorrow. No. Because hungover tomorrow means not productive, means I'm not going to get my work done, means I'm going to be stressed, means I'm jeopardizing my future. And I know that's a bit extreme, but that's just how my mind thinks. I fear that these consequences can actually affect my future, and that now I actually have to grow up. Like, it hit me that I am 21, turning 22 this year, a couple days ago. Like, I'm no longer 17. And I think in my mind, I feel like I still think like a 17-year-old, or like I feel very connected to my 17-year-old self. But now that I'm living in a reality where I can't be 17 anymore, breaks me. When I think about it, I'm in this battle of I'm way too young to not be doing this. But then at the same time, I'm in my own head saying, oh, but I'm too old to be doing this. This is the big old age question for your 20s. What is too young and what is too old? Because when I used to think about things, I used to think, okay, when I'm 25, I'll be married, I'll have kids, I'll have a career. Girl, well, it's obviously achievable, but I don't see that for myself in the near future, because 25 is 3 years from now. In 3 years, I don't think I'm going to be married. Who knows? Like, I'm not saying it's not possible, but I don't think I am. I would have just started my career. Yeah, that's my mid-20s, but I call myself relatively young. Like, I think people are still young when they're 25. Now I'm like, the older I get, the harder it is to let go of my younger self. When I was young, I was having fun. I had no responsibilities. I didn't have to worry about my career. I just had to show up to uni. I just had to show up to class and call it a day. Like, but now anything that I do, I'm like, digital footprint. Is this gonna jeopardize my career? How am I gonna make connections? Like, even making connections, the fact that I have to network now or make good conscious decisions of who I surround myself with and who can potentially benefit my career, like, that is such a foreign concept. And the fact that I have to consciously think about that, like, I don't want to grow up. Like, I'm so scared. I'm actually terrified of growing up. The fact that all my actions and all the choices that I make in my life are a reflection of me, and, like, I can't believe that I'm actually responsible for that. I think that's another thing, part of growing up. Like, learning that you are actually accountable and responsible for your own actions, because you got to make the right decisions now. Like, there's no buffoonery. And that freaking stresses me out. That stresses me out so much. And obviously, you only live, like, this is your first time living. How are you going to know? Like, you've got to learn from your lessons and learn from your mistakes. But even learning from your lessons is so hard. So hard. I don't think people realize that it takes a lot of emotional intelligence to recognize how to learn from a lesson. Now that I've started thinking about that consciously and putting it into practice, into daily life, and deciding before every decision, oh, is this going to be a good or bad decision? What am I going to lose? What am I going to gain? Weighing the pros and cons of things in ways has made it easier to make better decisions, but at the same time, it puts a lot more weight and a lot more responsibility. Yeah, just back to the responsibility and accountability thing on certain decisions you make. Because it's honestly easier to stay immature. The world becomes your oyster. You don't become aware of, like, your own behaviors. But unfortunately, that's not how it works. You're going to have to mature whether you like it or not. You're going to find it out the hard way, or you're going to have to put in the inner work. And I'd rather that now, not going to lie, than, like, in 5 years and have, like, a midlife crisis. But it's hard. It's hard. It's a lot of maturing, a lot of inner work, a lot of thinking, a lot of stress, anxiety. But me personally, your willingness to get through it and to learn from yourself is God's work. Like, you are doing amazing. And I can vouch that you are not alone. All my girlfriends, we're all in the same boat. We're all trying to navigate through our 20s, our early 20s, our lives. Like, this is just chapter 1. This is just chapter 1, babes. Don't stress. I'm telling you that as if, like, I'm also trying to convince myself that. Which is kind of funny, but anyway. I'm going to stop the app because I could probably go on and talk about 10 different topics. Basically, I'm in a stage right now where I fear growing up, and you will probably see me, like, navigate through these episodes, but who knows? Anyway, keep it short and sweet. I'll see you guys next time, and maybe I'll have the answer to how I'm going to navigate through this. But I love you so much, and I hope you have a lovely night.